So last week, I ranted about the top 3 things that I hate in the industry, and one of them was nepotism. And I want to go into that a little bit more so that people understand why it's a problem, because a lot of people might feel, and I get it, hey, look, if Johnny Depp is my father and I love to act and I'm a natural actor, why shouldn't I take advantage of that? Well, sure, of course, I get it. Like, nobody's saying you can't do that job. But just own up that you got a foot in the door and it was easier for you because of that. That's number one. Like, stop playing this game of, no, it was all of my talent and merit. We don't live in a meritocracy. We live in a corporate make money. What's the easiest way for us to push things through and get more cash in the bank? And that is the biggest problem with the nepotism. So again, I have no problem with people pursuing what they love to do, no matter what their background is, no matter how much money their family has. They have a right to do what they want. But when that pushes people out with new voices, you're just recreating what was there. You know, it's like the industry is like, okay, this person's getting older, but their son or daughter can take over and do the same kind of stuff or similar stuff so that we keep that brand going. It's a brand, and we keep making money off of whatever kind of stuff we're selling along with that brand. Now, what that does is that locks out new people and new ideas and new things from getting in there, because we're just doing the same thing. And quite frankly, from a writing point of view, if you have the same people in there writing stuff or doing the same kind of content, right, you don't get new ideas in there. Somebody who's from a very wealthy family in LA cannot write a script about poverty. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions. I'm sure somebody's going to pull one out of their rear right now, but mostly people write what they know. So if you come from an impoverished background and you know that world, like you really know it, okay? I'm not talking about documentarians who go and live in those areas for years and learn. That's different. I'm talking about narrative fiction films here. So if you live it, if you grow up in it, if you know the area, if you're from a small town in Iowa, if you're from a farming community, you can write about those things because you know about them. They're in your heart, even if you write about them in fantastic ways. Like, the best science fiction movies are based in what people know, right? And then there's this fantastic world built around it, but the heart of it is something that somebody really cares about. And the ones that fall flat, where they're just shooting people up into space so they can die slowly one at a time, you know, and has nothing underneath it, those are, you know, basically bombs, and they don't do well, and they kind of get laughed at by anybody who likes sci-fi. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you lock out these other voices, you're not tapping into the social issues of today that most people are experiencing, because you have this little group of people, and it's this little enclave that's protected in a little sphere of money. And again, yay for you for having a lot of money, like whatever. Again, if I wanted to make a lot of money, I would have been a lawyer or banker, and I could have done all that. I had very good grades. It's not about the money. You guys want to go make a lot of money, go make millions. But there's room to fund things that are different. There's room to fund things at lower budgets to bring in different people with different voices and different actors and just different points of view. You cannot change the world if you're only showing this all the time. And I'm sorry, but art is there to make an impact. Art is there to make people think about things, whether it's a faith-based film, thinking about that, or if it's a religious film that's against religion in the opposite direction. That starts a conversation between two groups of people, which is good for the world, for everybody to talk about things. If it's about poverty, if it's about LGBTQ community, all of these different things that people face, climate change, films about the future and how horrible it's going to all be, sadly, but maybe with a little bit of a quirky laugh behind it to get us through. You know, those things need to get out there so we can help the world. But again, you have this little enclave of people who are living on yachts and own their own islands. Sorry, that's not happening. And again, I love Marvel movies and fun films and things that are not necessarily, they might teach some life lessons about friends and teamwork, but they're not really, really deep. That's not their purpose. There's certainly a place for them. Nobody's saying it's one or the other, but we need to do it all. And we've got to stop this narrow mindset that's happening, and that is created by nepotism. So let's just admit that it's there, number one, because the denial is insane. When you read the articles, I'll have a link to an article below, but there's many of them out there. I mean, the denial is just incredible. And it's like, first admit, yes, this happens. And this is happening more and more, which is shutting people out more and more. So how can we balance it? That's all. How can we balance that? We all have room in the world if we would make room for each other.